Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we will be going over my college football predictions for Week 3. So, we're just going to be going over every game that's played, including a top 25 team. And I'll be giving you a winner for that game. So, I'm just going to go in order of when the games are being played. So, starting tomorrow. So, all these games are being played tomorrow. Number 3, Oklahoma against Nebraska. I think Oklahoma wins behind a great game from quarterback Spencer Rattler. Number 7, Texas A&M against New Mexico. Texas A&M is without their starting quarterback Haynes King for this game, and a good majority of the season with a fractured leg. But I think Texas A&M is still able to beat New Mexico even without their starting quarterback. Number 8, Cincinnati against Indiana. So Indiana got blown out by Iowa earlier in Week 1. So I'd have to go with Cincinnati here. I just don't think Indiana is as good as they were last year, and I think Cincinnati is not a playoff contender, but a top team, not playoff contender. Number 15, Virginia Tech against West Virginia. I think Virginia Tech avoid the upset scare against West Virginia to improve to 3-0 in the season. So I think Virginia Tech will win the game, but I think West Virginia will make it very close and potentially pull off the upset, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be Virginia Tech just escaping. Number 16, Coastal Carolina against Buffalo. I think Coastal Carolina with the easy win. Number 24, Miami against Michigan State. I have Miami improving to 2-1 with the loss coming to Alabama in Week 1. Number 25, Michigan against Northern Illinois. Michigan is coming in 2-0 with a win over Washington, which would have looked a lot better if their win over Washington was 1-0 instead of 0-1, because Washington lost to an FCS team, College Football Championship Series. So that's the subdivision. This is the bowl division, FBS. So Washington lost to Montana. So Michigan comes in 2-0, and I think they're going to absolutely blow out Northern Illinois for the easy win. Number 12, Notre Dame against Purdue. Just an interesting fact for this game. The world's largest drum, which belongs to Purdue's band, cannot be brought to this game because it cannot fit through the tunnel at Notre Dame Stadium. And it's the first time Purdue plays without the drum since 1979. Notre Dame needs to make a statement win here, because they've had two very close wins to teams that they should have beat by multiple possessions. One against Florida State in overtime, and the other last week against Toledo in a nail-biter. So Notre Dame needs a statement win to prove to everyone we're still playoff contenders, even though we had those two very close wins. I think Notre Dame does get the win here over Purdue. Number 1, Alabama against number 11, Florida. Florida has a little bit of an interesting quarterback situation here. So starter Emory Jones hasn't been that great. He has more interceptions than touchdowns. He has 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And backup quarterback Anthony Richardson has been very sharp this year. He leads the team in rushing yards. And throwing the ball, he's 6 for 11, 192 yards and 2 touchdowns with no picks. Emory Jones will start the game against Alabama. But if Florida needs a spark, or Jones just isn't playing that well, I would not be surprised to see Richardson in there during this game. I think this game is going to be very close. I think Alabama gets out with the win. Number 5, Iowa against Kent State. I think Iowa with the easy win to improve to 3-0. Number 6, Clemson against Georgia Tech. I think Clemson improves to 2-1 after their Week 1 loss to Georgia, and have back-to-back blowout wins after last week's blowout win against South Carolina State. Number 9, Ohio State against Tulsa. I think Ohio State rebounds from their upset loss to Oregon with a statement win over Tulsa. Arkansas and Georgia Southern. I think Arkansas makes it 3-0 after their win over Texas last week, and they beat Georgia Southern. Number 4, Oregon against Stony Brook. I think Oregon, this will be the most lopsided game of the week. I think Oregon will win by 50 plus points. I wouldn't be surprised to see Oregon put up 60, 70 points against this team. So I think Oregon will be very, very dominant and puts up probably 60 plus points in a dominant win. Number 22, Auburn against number 10, Penn State. This is the college game day game, so it's like where college game day is taking place. I think it's going to be the second best game of the week, potentially first. I'm not quite sure, but it's going to be one of the top 2 games of the week, with Alabama, Florida being the other. I think Penn State gets out with the win, and Sean Clifford leads a game-winning drive in the end of the fourth quarter. Number 21, North Carolina against Virginia. I think North Carolina wins a game that is pretty close, a 2-possession game. So not a 1-possession game, so meaning above 8 points, because you can score 8 points in 1 possession. So I think they're going to win by 9 or more. Number 17, Ole Miss against Tulane. Tulane gave Oklahoma a very, very good game and made a comeback, and it should not have been that close in week 1. I think Ole Miss comes out with the win against Tulane. Number 19, Arizona State against number 23, BYU. BYU is coming in off an upset win over Utah, and I think BYU gets another upset here. Upset over Arizona State to improve to 3-0. Number 14, Iowa State. I think they're going to rebound from their loss to Iowa with a win over UNLV, with a win by over 30 points. And the last game, number 13, UCLA against Fresno State. I think UCLA wins this game behind a great game from quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment if you agree or disagree with any of my predictions. If you disagree, tell me why and who you think will win that specific game. And I will see you Tuesday for sports news and a NFL Week 2 recap.